Intoxicated Television, we back in your fucking faces. Fucking, I'm here with fucking my dude, fucking Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yo, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Last time you were on the show, I was just a fanboy, and I was interviewing you, and we got episodes out now that Jimmy is actually like fucking part of Intoxicated now, so that's fucking dope.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like, we kind of broke through all the history. We kind of like broke through. Johnny was here the other night. We kind of like broke down about like what we got coming up, but let's just talk about some other shit. What's your first concert, bro?
My very first concert was Bad Company in the Nugget parking lot. That little parking lot next to the Nugget.
All right.
It was back in I want to say like 93 or 94.
All right.
Yeah, I saw Bad Company. They had a couple dudes there that wearing tie-dye shirts, walking around with canes and shit. And big beards. Some hippie shit, but, you know.
So about how old were you?
I think I was like 11 or 12.
All right. And then like how, like you went with your parents or what?
Yeah, well, my mom and her barber or whatever, her hairdresser, I think is what she called her. But I went with them, and she brought her son, who was about my age, and we went there to the concert. I watched, that was the first time I ever seen anybody take acid. The hippies with the sticks in front of us, like, pulled out a bag, and they had little square things in it, and they ate them. They were like little paper tabs and shit, and they just dropped their canes and started dancing, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And my mom was like, that was acid. I was like, fuck, weird.
Whoa. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, like, was it something that you were excited about, or it was just something like, oh, we're going to go do this tonight?
No, I mean, I was excited about it. I mean...
Did you know about who they were? Like...
Nah, I mean, you know, like, they got that super famous Bad
Till
Company.
the day I die.
Yeah.
Bad Company.
Yeah. They got a couple of really good songs, you know. But
so you heard
cool.
it from around the house, like shit?
Yeah, I mean, you know, being in the car and shit like that. And I mean, I grew up around music, you know, so.
All right.
Like, you know, I mean.
So it was like familiar, and then what? Was it a surprise? Where they're like, guess what we're doing tonight? Like,
I can't quite remember. I mean, I don't know. And then my grandma took me to Metallica at the Lawler Event Center.
Fuck yeah.
Dude.
What?
Yeah.
So, so what the fuck do you mean that you've seen people in canes fucking drop acid?
Yeah, they dropped acid, dude. They pulled out the Ziploc bag with these little paper tabs and shit. And
the people with the canes pulled it out?
Yeah.
Or like somebody came up and was like, hey.
They had big beards and like tie-dye shirts and shit. And they were standing in front of us. And they pulled out the bag and they ate the fucking little tabs. And
were they like handing it out to everybody around them?
Just handed it to each other. And then fucking they dropped their sticks and they started dancing and they were doing their hands like, you know. And I was like,
holy
whoa,
fucking
dude.
hell.
Like, what a trip. Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, I was like 11 or 12.
God damn. And you're like, what the fuck is going on or what?
Yeah.
I mean, what was the rest of the vibe? Like, did you, like, what, as your first experience? Oh, well, you said what? You did some other stuff before that? Like,
I mean, I went to the Italian festival and, like, watched bands play and, you know.
But, like, nobody, like.
Yeah, not like an actual big band or nothing like that.
Oh, right.
You know?
That was your first big concert.
Yeah. And I mean, growing up, I mean, I've been to tons of my dad's concerts and, you know.
Okay.
Like, hanging out. You know,
right,
with a bunch of musicians and shit. Like, I just grew up in that since I was a baby, pretty much.
All right. And then you said your grandma took you to Metallica?
Yeah, Lawler Event Center. It was
what is that, Sacramento?
No, it was right here at
in Reno?
It was Corrosion of Conformity with Metallica.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Pepper.
Yeah, fucking same. And, yeah.
I met Pepper when he was with Down.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the band Down with Phil. And yeah, I did a show with them in Wisconsin at one point, and Pepper was hella cool, man. I got pictures with him actually, and yeah, Pepper was hella cool.
From Corrosion of Conformity.
Yeah, Pepper Keenan,
yeah.
fucking, and then Phil. I don't know. It was right after Phil, like, do you remember Revolver magazine?
Hey.
Well, Phil, he had the cover, he was on the cover, and he's like, I died 3 times or something, and he had like a knife and shit, like, and then he signed that shit for me. But
yeah,
Pepper was like hella cool and like hella chill, you know, just
yeah.
And but when I met Phil like later on that night, like I was like, hey, can you sign this for me? And yeah, he fucking talk like this, and you know, and like,
yeah.
And then like, I don't know, I was it was a little bit awkward. Like he was chill and everything, but like, I don't know. Pepper was like hella chill fucking dude, and I kind of was intimidated by Phil, like, like,
Yeah.
And then, so that was the first time I worked for them, and then I actually ended up doing a Super Joint Ritual show, so I got to do 2 of Phil's bands, like working, and that's with Hank the Third.
Oh yeah.
And Rex, but Hank the Third. And I remember like I had one of the flyers from the show, and Hank was sitting at, like, it was after hours and shit, and Hank was sitting at the bar with this chick, and I was like too nervous to like go, like I didn't want to interrupt his fucking conversation with this girl or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of just like standing like back a little bit, like I was back far enough, like I wasn't like up on them or anything. Like I was standing there, but I was standing there long enough, and the girl was like, I think this dude wants to talk to you. And he like turns around and he's like, hey man, what's up? And I'm like, and I'm like, hey man, would you sign this fucking flyer for my tattoo shop and shit, right? And he's like, he's like, oh, you got it. Or no, I was like, can you sign this flyer for my shop? And he's like, oh, what kind of shop do you got? Like a bike shop or something? And I'm like, I got a tattoo shop. And he's like, oh, that's dope. He's like, I don't think I could do what you do, man.
Yeah.
This is Hank the Third telling me, I don't think I could do what you do, man. And I was like, I don't think that I could do what you do either, man. like, holy fuck, man. Like, think about the legacy. Like, fucking, this guy is like 3rd generation fucking megastar. Of Hanks. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, he's telling me, I don't think I could do what you do. I'm like, I don't think, man, holy fuck, man. Those are big shoes to fill. Like, I don't think I could do what the fuck you do either. Fucking, holy fuck, man. Like,
that's crazy.
So yeah, that shit freaked me out. I was like, oh my god, Hank, talk to me.
Yeah. When I was like 13 or 14, like there was a guy named Jay and his wife Sheena. They lived in Gardnerville in these apartments, and he was supposedly the sound god for Corrosion of Conformity. And it's like weird to look back on now, because I was like, 13, 14 years old, and him and Carl from Vinny and the Puke. That motherfucker was cool as hell, dude. But like Jay and Sheena, they're like 30-year-old, in their 30s.
Shut up,
or whatever. Vinny. Yeah, Vinny. And
cheers.
They'd show up with fucking like these big boxes of Mickey's grenades.
Yeah.
And like we'd play Jack's Kings or some shit. Some, like, card game where you have to like pour beer in the big glass in the middle, and keep naming shit until you get to where you can't name something. And then you have to drink the fucking pot in the middle.
Yikes.
And, like,
whoa, wait, what?
Yeah.
What was in the middle?
Yeah, it was a big fucking glass, like a Stein, and like
It's like mystery drink or something?
Yeah, no, like, so you all have a beer.
Right.
And then, like, you go, okay, name, like, a candy bar. You know? And then, like, you have to keep going around. Each person's naming candy bars or candy until a person can't name anything. And they're like, I don't know. And then that person has to drink the glass in the middle. But every time you do name something, you pour some of your drink in that, you know, stein.
All right.
And I'd play that with Jay and Sheena. It was like, it's weird to look back on me because I don't ever think I even called home or anything. It was like 13, 14 years old, and like, you know, I'd be over there for like 3, 4, 5 days and shit, and just like never even call home. But like, you know, Carl, he'd always be playing acoustic guitar, like some grungy punk rock stuff, you know, or, you know, something. Right. It was like, it was just like a really cool time, you know. But yeah, supposedly Jay, I wish I kept contact with those guys, but Jay was the sound guy or sound god for Corrosion of Conformity.
So what makes him a sound god?
I don't know.
Like they're like, we want this dude on tour with us or some shit?
Yeah,
or
like he would work all the sound bars and, you know, like the PA system. Like he knew all the different sounds that they wanted, you know, and like pretty much do sound check.
I mean, I don't know, like... I don't know how much you know about Down, but those guys were fucking dope, man.
Yeah,
they're. I mean, their first album is dope, but like I really connected with their second album. Down 2 was fucking just immaculate, dude. Like,
yeah,
they did it like I guess the history is they, you know, like Zeppelin like recorded fucking the 4 album and like, you know, I don't know what it was, like 12 days or some shit like that. Yeah. And like fucking Down to like, I could, whatever, fact checkers, fucking look it up. But let's just say fucking 12 days that they did fucking the 4 album, right? With classic history, right? And then Down fucking did it in like 9 days, and they fucking did the Down 2. Oh my god, the fucking album is fucking just fucking so. You should listen to that on the way home tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, dude.
Yeah, Down 2 is fucking heavy, dog. It's fucking. It's so just just like just amazing. I don't mean to cut you off or anything, right quick, but like I want to talk about my first fucking concerts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Fucking so. I think that the first one that I like legit remember, my first concert, fucking I got to go see it was the first time that and it was at our local fair and shit. But it was the first time that me and my cousin, like, I don't know, we probably were like 10, 11 or some shit.
Yeah.
But like my uncle like lived down the street from the fairgrounds and shit. But I think we were like probably like 10, 11 or something. And the parents are like fucking partying and they didn't want to go to the fucking fair. Yeah. But they let me and my cousin go. And we were super jazzed that it was like the first time that fucking we got to like go out on our own without like being chaperoned by our parents and so we got to go down there and we got to see Weird Al.
Oh, really? When was this?
Fuck, man. Like, Jesus, probably in the 80s. Damn. Yeah, in the 80s, man.
That's probably the cool time to see him, dude.
Bro. Yeah. So we were like super jazzed. Like, maybe we were like, I don't know. I would say between 10 and 12. But they live just down the street and they're like, you guys can go, but, you know, and like all of our parents they were like partying it up at the house and shit. So they were like, fuck yeah, go away, kids, you know? Yeah. But like, I remember, so like we were super jazzed because we were like, we get to go out all by ourselves and shit and go to the fair and fucking we get to see Weird Al. And we were like, fucking hell. Yeah, hell yeah. We were fucking hell stoked about it.
That's cool.
And then, okay, so then I'm pretty sure it was a Weird Al. So, after the show, like, cause we had to be home by a certain time, and my cousin Wesley, shout out Wes, love you, bro. he's like, we got to be home right now and shit. We got to go and shit. And I'm like, oh no. I think I was trying to, I was trying to like win one of those prizes, like where you get remember the mirrors from the fair back in the day, like with band shit and stuff on it. And I was trying I was trying to
blasted.
Yeah, I was trying to I was trying to win one of these mirrors. I think I was probably playing the balloon shit or something, but like, and he's like, we got to go. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm like, dude, I want, I need to get this and shit. And he's like, that's what he told me. He's like, my dad told me before we went out that you were going to do this and I'm going to get in trouble because you won't come with me, Yeah. So I'm like, dude, just let me win. So I won this fucking mirror, after fucking playing forever.
Yeah.
And we're running late. And so we're like fucking hauling ass to get fucking back home and shit. Like we just start taking off running. Like we're already late. We got to go. We're hauling ass. And then there was like this dip, like it would be like the equivalent like of a ditch, like on the side of the road, like a ditch,
Yeah.
But it was in the middle of the fucking fairgrounds. They had this fucking dip, and I fucking tripped over it, and the mirror was in my hand. I think it was a Motley Crue fucking shit that I won too, and fucking I tripped over the shit, and when I hit it in my hand, when it smashed, it fucking sliced open my fucking hand. I still have a scar to this day. So I'm like bleeding all over the place. So not only were we late, but now I'm in the fucking have to go to the hospital and shit, get stitches in my fucking hand and shit. So yeah, it was a whole complete fucking disaster.
It made sure that you had a memory, right?
Yeah, man. I'll never forget fucking Weird Al. Yeah. And then just one more thing quick and then we can go back again. But so that was that. That was a little kid, like Weird Al. I got to see him. The next fucking concert that I got to go like on my shit, like at the same fair, I got to see Winger.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. She's only 17 song didn't fucking age well. Yeah. She's only 17. 17. Yeah, no, that's a little bit disturbing now. Like when like that was her like biggest hit.
Yeah.
Is she's only 17.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I mean, the 80s were different. Early 90s, fucking Motley Crue sings about underage girls, like, and their shit. Like,
I seen a video on Facebook where a dude's like, oh, my name's such and such. I'm 23, like, blah, blah, blah. Then the chick's like, oh, I'm Amy, I'm 13. And then it was like, why don't you have a seat over here, like Catch a Predator?
Fucking Hansen's coming out.
Yeah,
Chris Hansen. What is it? Chris Hansen?
Yeah. Oh, dude, fuck. I don't know. It wasn't acceptable then. It's not acceptable now. I
don't know. It seemed like, I mean, let's be real. Like, I don't know. The Stones talked about it. Like, I mean, it was just all the bands like talked about banging underage groupies and shit. Like, that was a cool thing. Yeah. And that was but going back to Winger, the fact that that's like their biggest fucking hit ever, and to show about the times of how everybody was like thought that was cool. Like, that just says a lot about...
Yeah, I mean, if it was the most popular song on the radio, it can't be only the band, right? Right?
I know. I mean... That's what I'm saying. Like,
like somebody else liked it.
Not only someone, like, everybody was like, fuck yeah. Like,
yeah.
Like, whoa, what does that say about that generation? Like, that they're rooting that shit on. Like, that was acceptable behavior, like, to be bragging about banging... underage groupies and shit. Like,
yeah, well, also too, the times is we just came out of the, what is that?
There's a Motley Crue one too. I can't think of
the love era or whatever. So what was Weird Al? What was Weird Al like? What
well,
really
I
stood
just
out to you?
remember that, like, I already, like, this is back when, like, I remember that I had a cassette tape, the polka music one. Do you remember that one? It was, but I remember I had it on a tape, and it was, the Weird Al polka, and he's like, he's playing what is the
Yeah, I don't know, like the Polish.
no, the keyboard, the piano shit, but it like stretches out and shit.
I don't know. It's not an accordion, right?
Oh yeah, accordion probably. Yeah.
I thought an accordion was like a piano. But
No,
like
that's what I'm talking about.
Step on the pedals.
Oh. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Steve Urkel played one, right?
Yeah. Fucking that. Yeah. So like I remember I had the cassette tape of the Weird Al polka. I don't really remember too much of it. I just remember that it was awesome, and I was just like so jazzed. Like we didn't have no parents around, and fucking like you know, oh, you're old enough now, you can fucking, we're gonna trust you to go on your own. And then I end up in the hospital. But like I really don't remember too much. I mean, like I said, like that's like fucking over 30 years ago or some shit. Like, but I remember just like being super jazzed about it, and I got to say that I seen fucking Weird Al, like fucking this is way before you know, like the Gangster's Paradise or what, Polish or whatever the fuck it was.
This would have been after the
Amish Paradise.
You know I'm fat, you know it, like that was a fucking
probably
good
about
one,
the same fucking era, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would have been cool. That was like when I was a kid, like I totally loved that fucking music video.
Do you
subscribe to Intoxicated Television!
Cheers.
One.